Hey everyone, my name is Nathan Pei and welcome to Blu Ocean Crypto. In today's episode, we're going to be purchasing Mavia land on the different NFT marketplaces. And we've got a lot of ground to cover today, so let's get right to it. But if you have any questions, be sure to leave them in the comments below. We're going to start with Binance. So at first, let's bring up our Binance account to get started. Binance will show you the floor price, latest price, as well as volume. And if you scroll down, you'll be able to see all the lands, but you can sort by lowest price to highest to ensure you're going to get the best deal you can. So now that we've filtered it from the price lowest to highest, we can see that the best price currently on Binance NFT is about $600 USD. So what we need to do now is change some of the ETH that we already had in our fiat and spot wallet into BUSD, because BUSD is what's needed to facilitate the purchase of the land that we just noticed was about $600. Now, important to note, we don't want to use all of our ETH because you're going to need some left over in order to cover the gas fees for sending that land to our MetaMask later, which is what will allow us to stake it on the Mavia website. So what we're going to do here is take 0.65 out of our available 0.75 ETH and change that into BUSD, which will also leave us with a little bit of ETH. So now we'll head back over to the Mavia collection and we're going to sort it again from price low to high to find the land that we were last looking at, the one for about $600 USD. And now what we can do is purchase it. So once we hit the buy now button, there'll be some additional details that do come up. I highly recommend you go through and read them, read the terms of service, make sure you're comfortable with everything, and then go ahead and finalize that purchase. So what we're going to do now that we've purchased our land is we need to send it over to our MetaMask wallet so that we'll be able to stake it on the Mavia website like I mentioned just recently. Now this is why we needed to make sure that we still had a little bit of ETH left over in our fiat and spot wallet so that we could pay for the gas fees required to send it. And that's exactly what we're going to do now. So be aware, the withdrawal fees can vary slightly. However, what we're going to do now is connect MetaMask through Binance, and the wallet address that comes up that we connect is where we're going to be sending our land, so it's important to make note of that. Now it does say that it can take up to 24 hours for this process, and just so you guys know, it did for us, so don't stress if you're waiting, it's completely normal. So the withdrawal request has been submitted and we can view the transaction details, and as you can see here, we can see the date and time that we initiated it. But as I mentioned, generally this can take up to 24 hours as it did for us.
24 hours later.
Okay everyone, so you can see that it's been completed, and one easy way to check is to head over to OpenSea, logged in with your appropriate MetaMask wallet, and you'll be able to see the land sitting directly in your collection. This is just an easy way to check to see that the transfer has been completed and verify it. You can also scroll down and see the transaction history on that land, and looking here you can actually see that it was transferred from the Binance wallet to us, so we're good to go. Okay, great. So that's everything to get it into our MetaMask wallet. Now you can head over to the website and stake it and you're set. What we're going to move to next is OpenSea and purchasing a land through OpenSea and go through that process together. So OpenSea is what most people are generally most familiar with. But I'm curious, what has your guys' experience been? Do you prefer Binance, OpenSea, or Coinbase, and why? Drop us a comment down below to let us know. So as you can see, both Mavia and Scry Studios have the blue check mark there, so we're in the right place. Now just scrolling down, just like Binance, we want to sort it from price lowest to highest, and we can see that the cheapest common currently listed is 0.05 ETH. We're going to quickly verify that we have enough ETH in our MetaMask to facilitate the purchase as well as cover all the gas fees, and we definitely do. So we can hit the checkout button, And as you can see here, we've got the cost of the 0.5 ETH for the land, as well as about $16 USD for the gas fee, so we can confirm. And because we're using a hardware wallet, we do have an extra couple steps to go through here, and I highly recommend anyone purchasing a Mavia Land NFT also use a hardware wallet themselves. Just taking a quick look at some of the item activity and details, everything looks good. It's generally pretty straightforward purchasing on OpenSea. So we're gonna hit buy now, connect our MetaMask wallet, definitely read the terms of service if you haven't before, and it's interesting to note the 6% creator fees. Here we go, purchased and processing, and we can also grab the transaction ID down below. We can check our MetaMask to see that it's pending, and we could speed it up, but generally it's pretty fast, so we're just gonna let it do its thing. If we check the transaction hash on Etherscan, we can also actually see that it's pending. It says here that there's an estimate for it confirming in under 45 seconds. Always nice to get these in the moment details. It's also good to get familiar with sites like Etherscan so you can see all these extra details of a transaction while it's processing, just for your own peace of mind. So now that we've purchased our land, we can see back over here in our profile that the land is in fact in our collection, and it's that simple. We're now able to head directly to the Mavia website, connect with the same MetaMask wallet, and get staking our land right away. So here we are on Coinbase now. Kind of similar to Binance, but there are some slight differences. One key difference is the fact that you're going to have to make sure you send Ethereum from your Coinbase exchange account to your Coinbase external wallet extension. That's kind of the main difference between the two. We'll show you how to install the Coinbase wallet browser extension in a future video, but for now, if you have any questions, definitely leave them down in the comments below. And one more time, just to clarify, your Coinbase exchange wallet address is separate from the wallet address in your extension. Okay, so we just sent the ETH over. Let's check our Coinbase wallet extension now to see if we've received it. But, oh, not quite yet, so let's give it a second. Okay, there we go. And the reason the number looks a little bit different is it's showing us currently in USD, but when I was sending from the Coinbase exchange, it was showing me in Canadian because that's where I live. So now that we've confirmed that the ETH is in our Coinbase wallet extension, we're now going to go to Coinbase NFT and search for the Mavia collection. Now, very similar to Binance and OpenSea, we want to verify the collection the best we can, check the links, make sure everything looks good. And same thing, we also want to filter it from the lowest price to the highest. So we can see here the lowest price is 0.86 ETH. Definitely a bit more expensive than what we've seen on Binance and OpenSea, but that's not always the case. It's definitely good to shop around before you purchase your land or when you're looking, because there can be some great deals depending on who lists and when. But for the sake of this video, we're going to purchase it so that we can go through the process and show you guys what that's like. Okay, so it shows us the cost. There's a bit of a range as well as the fees associated. So we're going to move forward with that and pick up this land. We're going to check it out on Etherscan again, and we can see it shows 57 seconds pending.
A few moments later.
Oh, and there we go. It's been successful. Now let's head over to our Coinbase profile so that we can see the land there. And we might have to be patient and give it a moment. But the next step is we're going to need to transfer it out of our Coinbase into our MetaMask. Now, small detail here, the Mavia website can connect the Coinbase wallet extension in order to keep your land within the Coinbase ecosystem. However, for the sake of staying consistent, we're going to use MetaMask just like we did for OpenSea and Binance, and that's the preferred route I tend to go, but you definitely don't have to. So we're going to take our common land here, and you can see there's this little button down below for sending, and that's where we're going to put our MetaMask address in. Now, we definitely want to confirm it's on the Ethereum network, but it does show us here so that we have the ability to see that before we send it. And of course, there's a fee, so we definitely wanted to make sure we had enough ETH in our wallet, not only to facilitate the purchase, but the gas fee, kind of similar to Binance. And there we go, we're all set. Now, it doesn't take quite as long as Binance to transfer to the MetaMask wallet. So of course, once again, you can use that same wallet on OpenSea to verify that you've received it in your collection, and then you're all good to go to head to the website and stake it as well. So we've purchased land on the 3 different NFT platforms, and as you guys can tell, we spent a fair bit of money doing that. Obviously, we get to keep the land for later, but we mostly did it for your benefit. So one great way that you guys can all help us is by liking the video, subscribing to our channel for all the other great Mavia content that we have coming at you, and turn on those bell notifications to stay up to date. And before we go, I definitely have a couple last minute mentions. Coinbase I felt the whole experience was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. It was very user friendly and intuitive. And I actually think for beginners, Coinbase can be a great way to go. I would say though, out of all of them, Binance was probably the most complicated. Having to make sure we had some BUSD and some ETH left over. I feel like a lot of people are going to run into a situation where they're about to buy the land and then they kind of have to go back and realize that. So hopefully this video helps you guys preclude that. However, that being said, I have personally found some really great prices on Binance that have even been lower than the floor price on OpenSea. So it's actually been better to purchase through there for cost savings a few times. So it's good to get familiar with the process on Binance for that reason. And then of course there's OpenSea. Now I don't necessarily want to say OpenSea is the simplest, it's just the most commonly used. But one big advantage with OpenSea is the land is already directly in your MetaMask wallet. So unlike Binance and Coinbase, where you guys seen we had to send the land out of the exchange or out of the wallet into our MetaMask, there was that extra step. So it does make the process a little bit more fluid going through OpenSea. Okay, so I hope you guys all found that very educational, and now you're prepared to find the best deal on the next piece of Mavia land that you purchase. And until next time, cheers.
I want to play.